Let's continue. Our goal now is to get the correct answer to the sample now. Unfortunately, now it is not correct. We have several values of integrals here, and we can try and choose some of the formulae here. And try and calculate the corresponding integrals in Wolfram. Maybe not Wolfram, but somehow. Okay, let's start with this part of the screen. Okay, this is our integral. And we have alpha. So cos alpha equals 1, 0. Sine alpha equals 1. So let's recalculate what it is. So and also a and b is 1. Yeah, so we have integral from 0 to 1 x squared times fraction. In this fraction we have b is also 1. So this is 1x squared plus 1. And the second integral is integral from 0 to 1 x squared times 0. Actually, it's just 0. So b should be 0. Yeah, we have b 0, but a is not 0. Okay, let's calculate integral a. Okay, this is 0.765. And actually it is the correct answer. But we don't have this answer, unfortunately. So our formula for A is incorrect. So maybe it's either C or D is incorrect. So let's now calculate C and D. Yeah, because these are two separate integrals. Okay, first of all, let's just remove all the logarithms. Okay, what does it look like now? It's 0.57. Ah, it's C1. C1 is 0.5738. But C is not. Okay, C1 is incorrect. Let's now look at a D. D is strange. It is also incorrect. Okay, now let's calculate C1. Okay, here it is. Ah, here it is. Okay, so we have this expression, and in this expression, something is wrong. Ah, I see. It should be 0, but it is not 0. However, it should be 0 because here we multiply by 0. Yeah, in second part, we should have multiplied by cos alpha. Okay, now actually C is correct, and we need to fix D, because D is the only problem now. Okay, let's look at D. Okay, here we have our D. Yeah, so again, let's look at D. D should be 0.19 something. Okay. Let's see what it says. It says that, unfortunately... So, let's rewrite it like this for now. Yeah, how does it rewrite? Okay, we have integral from 0 to 1 x squared over 2 times log one minus, actually plus square root of x squared plus 1 minus log x minus log sin alpha. Sin alpha is 1, so this is nothing. Okay, this should be 0. Because log sin alpha should be 0. Ah, log sin alpha is 0? Yes. Okay. Okay, this is acceptable. And now let's remove this part. And we get our minus 0.555556. Okay, so we need to calculate this term now. And it should be like 10 times less than it was calculated in our solution. Okay. It's still small, and it's still what we need now. Ah, and then, yeah, and then we need to express this as sum of 3 terms. Okay, actually, it should be that only di2 is something, and di0 should be 0, for example. Obviously. Yeah, simply because this ck is 0. Ah, I didn't calculate ck's. Ah. I didn't calculate ck's. This was not the best idea to not calculate the ck's. Okay, so what were the ck's? Yeah, so for r squared, it was, so C2. C2 is b cube sin alpha to the 5th power although it sounds gargantuan. Okay, and everything over 2. Okay, so we need to multiply it by C2, which is p cube sinus to the 5 power over 2. Okay, now let's look at D1. And in D1 we have C1, which is R sinus sine B, not R, 2B cosine sine cubed and B. So sine 4 and B squared. And over 2, so we remove. Yeah, so instead of this, here we have no this coefficient. Ah, still 3 B's. Now 4 times sine alpha times cosine alpha. And finally in D0, we have one more cosine than here. Okay, now D0 and D1 are correct, but D2 is not correct. Yeah, there is some problem there. So let's remove over 2. And actually we can remove log 1 as well. So I expect this to be the output of function calc D2. Okay, let's again, instead of this, write it in this form. So and I think we will find some error in my formula. Not in my formula, but in how I rewrote them. So again, we have minus 1 over 72 times sine cubed. Then we have a big sum, which starts with 6x cubed. Oh my god, I forgot about it, I think. I forgot actually about everything in this line, or what? Yes. Okay, what is this all about? Ah, because I need to write here plus log of b times sine alpha. What? No? Okay, so just like this. Ah, I get it. I can write it here, actually. Yes? Well, it's correct, but unfortunately it will not be correct. You see, it is immediately negative for some reason. For some crazy reason. Okay. In principle, we can compare our state when it was 2's and when it was 1's. Yeah, for example, capital A is definitely incorrect. What is capital A? A is C plus D. So let's check C and let's check D. So C is 0.57. Okay, maybe we need this friend. Okay, let's come back here. So still sine alpha is 1. $4.59. 117. Yeah, C is correct, but D maybe not. Yeah, D is very negative. Yeah, it should be 1.53 and not this huge mess. Okay, it now looks like this. So let's try and rewrite it like this. So it should be 1.5304. We can even write it. 1.5304. And now x is from 0 to 1 this time. Okay, something definitely changed. Something changed, yes. Well, it means that we failed. We failed to do something well. Okay, let's make another one pause.